Ibrahim Traoré has done it again, and this time the move is shaking Burkina Faso to its core. In a decision that no other leader in the country dared to make, Traoré has officially cancelled all political parties. He says these parties were dividing the nation and threatening stability. Imagine streets once filled with rallies, campaigns, and party flags, now completely silent. No marches, no campaigns, no organized political activity of any kind. Citizens are watching closely as the president claims this bold action is to restore national unity. Traoré also says this move is meant to strengthen security amid growing instability. People are surprised and many are curious why Ibrahim Traoré cancelled all political parties. The decision shocked the nation and sparked intense debate across Burkina Faso. According to the government, political parties had become a source of division. Officials said parties were fighting each other instead of serving the people. The government argued this created confusion, rivalry, and weak leadership. Traoré said party politics distracted the country from serious security challenges. At the same time, Burkina Faso has been facing violent extremist attacks. Traoré believed political competition slowed urgent security decisions. He argued elections encouraged corruption and empty campaign promises. The government said too many politicians focused on power, not survival. By cancelling parties, Traoré said he wanted to rebuild national unity. The main goal, according to officials, was to put security before politics. The decree also dissolved party laws and transferred party assets to the state. Supporters say this allows faster decisions without political obstruction. But Traoré insists political parties are no longer allowed. For now, political rallies, campaigns, and party activities remain suspended. After cancelling all political parties, Ibrahim Traoré stepped deeper into uncharted territory for Burkina Faso. He knew that traditional party politics had often been a battlefield of promises and disappointment. Corruption had long been a silent enemy, weakening trust in leadership and fueling division. Traoré saw parties competing for power while citizens suffered insecurity and lack of progress. By removing party politics, he aimed to cut out the noise and focus on real, tangible results. Security has been his top priority, because he understood fear breeds instability faster than words. Traoré argued that party rivalries distracted from uniting the nation against a common threat. He began restructuring military strategy and supporting local defense groups to reclaim lost areas. Road by road, village by village, his forces sought to regain control and restore peace. Traoré also launched anti-corruption initiatives to clean up government institutions. He punished officials caught stealing public funds, showing that no one was untouchable. Citizens began to see fewer scandals and more accountability in local leadership. This wasn't just about cancelling parties, it was about rebuilding trust. In towns once dominated by party bosses, new community coalitions began to form. These groups focused on daily needs, food, water, security, education, not slogans. Traoré encouraged local leaders who genuinely worked for citizens to emerge. He wanted governance rooted in service, not in election theatrics. In towns once dominated by party bosses, new community coalitions began to form. Traoré believed a stable economy would keep youth away from extremist recruitment. Communities that once had nothing found new sources of pride and productivity. Some fear that without parties, voices will be lost, but others feel safer now. Every day brings new stories of change, challenge, and resilience. Ibrahim Traoré's legacy is being written not in slogans, but in daily life. Since coming to power, Ibrahim Traoré has promised to put Burkina Faso first. He said leadership should serve the people, not political interests. One of his earliest focuses was restoring security across the country. Traoré strengthened military operations to protect towns and villages. He pushed for better coordination between soldiers and local communities. Slowly, some areas once abandoned began to feel safer again. Farmers returned to their fields after years of displacement. Traoré also made fighting corruption a top priority. He warned officials that public money must serve the public. Several corrupt practices were exposed and stopped. This sent a strong message across government institutions. Many citizens began to feel leadership was finally accountable. Beyond security, Traoré focused on economic self-reliance. He encouraged local production instead of depending on foreign aid. Support for farmers and small businesses increased. The youth programs were introduced to reduce unemployment. Traoré often speaks directly to young people about responsibility and unity. He believes youth are the backbone of Burkina Faso's future. Traoré did not come to power to play games. He did not come to protect corrupt politicians. He came to protect the future of Burkina Faso. Every decision he makes sends shockwaves. Cancelling parties was not about control. It was about discipline, order, and direction. About rebuilding a nation from the ground up. About giving power back to the people. Ibrahim Traoré didn't come to joke. He came to transform Burkina Faso. Millions see a leader who refused to bow. A leader who chose courage over comfort. From the streets of Ouagadougou to the cities of Africa and beyond. His name is being spoken with respect. Not because he is perfect, but because he is brave. Today, Burkina Faso is standing taller. Africa is standing prouder. And the world is paying attention. Thank you for watching. If you support Ibrahim Traoré's decisions, like, share, and subscribe for more.